Once upon a time, 10 years ago, I made a video about Battlefield 3 Beta, in which I proved wrong every possible assumption about my knowledge of gaming. Well, it's October once again, and this time we're not only being ignorant, we're being negative, because negativity is apparently what I do best. And what better to be negative about than The Sims 3 Seasons? Yes, welcome to the inaugural Ignorant Negative Game Reviews, where we're taking a look at the 15th expansion pack to The Sims 3. Although, yes, I know this is technically The Sims 7. There was The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, Sims City, The Sims Sons. Yeah, eventually you ended up with 7 Sims games. So yeah, I know, technically this is The Sims 7. We're going to keep calling it The Sims 3, though, because that is what I am told by the lizards. So, in case you're not aware, in The Sims 4, you actually play a mouse cursor, roaming around a landscape trying not to bump into walls and silly people's heads. It's kind of like Pac-Man in that respect, where you don't really gobble up dots, but you do click on different chairs. Each chair has its own separate reaction, usually involved with sitting. A lot of people tend to confuse this with the fact that there are humanoids wandering around. Maybe you're supposed to be clicking on them, but I swear the chairs are the most important aspect of the game, and why would it come with so many of them if it wasn't? I mean, really, how many kinds of people can you make? Like, what, one? I really don't even know why they didn't call it the Chairs 3, because that makes so much more sense, but ignoring all that, you play a mouse cursor and attempt to live in the most decent way possible. Now, what The Sims 5 Seasonings brings to the table is pretty interesting. You get salt, you get pepper, you also get a bit of paprika and some nutmeg. It's absolutely fantastic. I could not think of a better way to approach this. I have to give EA kudos for that. Kudos. Chips, Frito-Lays, kumquats. Another thing that it brings to the table is a nice big helping of online, constant internet-connected DRM. This makes sure that you can't play the game whatsoever, which makes the most sense I think I can possibly think of. Because DRM is wonderful. It makes sure that you can't play the game that you bought. Whether you're online, whether you're offline, you cannot play whatsoever. This is perfect. The other big addition to the game is, of course, the seasons themselves. The 4 that you get are snow, mountains, pool tables, and beaches. Now let's just go ahead and look at these in order here. You don't get any clothing, you don't get any hats, you don't get any new traits, because honestly, why would chairs need any of those? Yeah, exactly, right? So you don't worry about any of that. All you have is these 4 seasons and maybe 1 or 2 other things. Well, the first season here that we have is snow. Now, I know you're probably looking at this going, well, where is the snow? Well, see, this is where EA's genius comes in. Snow is actually invisible in Seasons, so not only does it not get in the way of everything, but since you can't play the game anyway because of the DRM and all of the innumerable amount of chairs everywhere, you just don't even have to worry about it. The snow is there, it's in your mind. It's kind of like they're implanting thoughts without actually doing anything. Personally, I can't think of a reason why this hasn't been done in gaming before. I can just imagine how much better Mass Effect 5 will be with invisible snow illuminating the chairs day and night, but for now we're going to have to stick to The Sims 8, and it's just a wonderful glimpse into the future. The next we have is mountains. Mountains are kind of like rivers in the sense that they're made, that they come into contact with air, and they also have feelings. Now, feelings are one of those aspects that has been long missing from the Sims games, and I am incredibly grateful that they included them in The Sims 4 Seasons because, well, dead people, honestly, dead people don't have feelings, right? Well, if you go into one of their caskets and start looking around, you'll notice that they just don't have any Wi-Fi. Well, this fixes that. Dead people now have Wi-Fi. You can actually see the Wi-Fi going into the ground above their tombstones, and it's because of feelings. And thank goodness for the mountains and rivers, and of course the DRM. Without them, we would have nothing, and the dead people, they would just be chairs, essentially. And the final season is not beaches, because those I lied about. They're actually chairs. The thing is, these chairs in Seasons look like pool tables, so that's why I called them pool tables earlier. It's not because I know what I'm talking about, it's because I don't give a crap. I am completely honest, even to a fault, so I'm sorry if some of you disagree with the fact that pool tables exist, but here they are. There are 3 different kinds of pool tables. You got this one here that glows a sort of purplish hue. Or maybe that's just me. I was punching myself in the face for about 15 minutes earlier. That might do it. The second kind of pool table looks an awful lot like a toilet, and it is, but the fact that it's called a pool table means that it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with these. You can't argue with a pool table that you can flush. This is why EA has the best management in the business, and absolutely is unquestionable. I mean, why else would they have such a huge fan base that just doesn't give a crap about what they do? The third pool table is actually literally a pool. And they call it a table because you can actually eat right off of it if you want to. The other reason they call it a table is because it comes with diving boards now. Yes, diving boards in The Sims 7. It's about friggin' time if you ask me, which is a complete waste of time if you ask me. I can't think of a single reason why anybody would want these when diving boards were already in the game. Of course, all you had to do to get them was sacrifice your own children, carve the name Riticello into your neck with a scalpel, and email your cell phone. Physically email your cell phone to EA Canada with all your personal information intact, and you got diving boards in the game. So whatever, people want this, that's fine. I think they're a complete waste. I couldn't care less. And that's pretty much it for The Simpsons Seasons 13. Now, is it worth buying or not? Well, it does cost $95 when it's on sale from Target. Now, if you buy it anywhere else, I've heard that they will send secret police and raid your brain with toothpicks. That may be uncomfortable, so you probably just want to ignore everything that I have said ever, because honestly, I hate it. It's all awful, and it sucks. This is terrible. It's a frickin' waste of time. It comes with stupid diving boards that aren't really diving boards, they're just elongated butter knives. The 4 seasons that it comes with are a complete joke, but the DRM is awesome. I am a huge fan of that. Now, if you just like DRM in your games, not to mention tons of social features, so all of your friends will know exactly how much time you have wasted, what you have been doing with it, what your sexual preferences are, what kind of eyeballs you enjoy in your soup, etc. It's all here. If that's your thing, this is the game for you. If not, I would probably just wait until Call of 93. It's a World War II game where you wait for Nirvana to come and rescue you from the Hindenburg crash right before Genghis Khan slits your throat when he's about to take over the 3 little pigs. Yeah, that's coming from EA, I think, tomorrow. So you might just want to save your money for that. But if you appreciate what you've seen here, I would go for it immediately.